the management event of the year with ICC Sri Lanka and SEMA, a fireside chat with Sri Lanka's most prominent, bold and daring entrepreneurs together for the first time. Harry Javardhana, Sumal Pereira, Meryl J. Fernando, Dhammika Pereira, Ashok Patrage and Janak Hydermane.
Ashok, maybe I'll turn. Dhammika, have you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. Ashok, I'll turn to you. I think one of the biggest issues, according to this mail, is that we have very high interest rates in this country. What they say is with this kind of level, it's very difficult to do business. So what are your thoughts? And since the governor is seated in front, maybe you can offer some advice.
I think we have had enough chats with the governor.
No, but only thing, I explained you why the interest rate high, why the currency is depreciation. In my session, I will, know.
So we'll finish with Ashok and then come.
Yes, obviously, I think first of all, you have to look at our country's GDP growth rate. We are below 4%. And if you look at the inflation is above 4%. Am I right, the governor? So obviously, right, we are growing at below 4% mean that we are degrowing as a country compared to dollar. And the rupee is depreciating almost 6%, right? So I think we have a serious problem and we should be actually ashamed as a country after finishing a war, right, which we had for 30 years. I think even the period of war, we grew more than 4%. And today, after having such a great opportunity, almost 6 years, what have we done? I think that is what that we need to question about. So I will leave it to the politician because, sometimes, we are powerless, right? We can only tell, right? And if they can't do right, obviously that this country will go down the drain. And so obviously, right, for business like us, we cannot depend on, we have gone through this for so many years. Every government who comes into power, right, when they are in trouble, that obviously they would want to talk to the corporate leaders and want to get the advice. But I really don't know whether there's any execution on that, right? But when they feel they are doing well, and when they feel that they have a good mandate, I don't think that there's a time. They give even opportunity for corporate leaders to come and have a discussion with them. So I think obviously the interest rates are high, right? At these interest rates, the corporates will definitely struggle. There's no question about that. So I think we need to obviously bring down the interest rates to below 10%. And I really don't know when that's going to happen. Maybe that we might see that maybe in about 1.5 years' time, isn't it, Governor? So there's no question. So it's very difficult for the corporates. You can see the results. We also shareholders of banks. So today only the banks are doing well. Their results are growing, but if you take the corporates, all the corporates are declaring lower results. So it's not a good situation for the country.
Dhammika, you wanted to say something?
No, that actually I can explain because what happened, today, the country situation, if you ask the government also said bad. If you ask the opposition, they said also bad. If you ask Dhammika Pereira, they said good. Only I am the ones talking good because I can see the numbers. Right? I can explain in Sinhala better.
Oh.
11,000.
Dhammika, speak.
Sorry. No. Then, අපි කතා කරොත් government එකේ ණය ප්‍රමාණය ගත්තොත් එහෙම 2015 ගත්තාම 7,300 billion ණය තිබුණා. හැබැයි ඒ වෙලාවේ ගෙවන්න තිබිච්ච interest ප්‍රමාණය 445 billion. ඒ කියන්නේ interest rate එක. මොකද මම හැමතිස්සෙම කතා කරන්නේ capital payment එක ගැන හිතන්න එපා කවුරුත්. මොකද ඒක 10 එකත් එක්ක වෙනස් වෙනවා. You will have a 25 years the loan, then you have to pay only 4%. If you have a 3 years, then you have to pay 33%. Because of that, මේක capital එක ගැන කවුරුත් worry වෙන්න එපා. හැබැයි you have to think interest, the component. එතකොට interest component එක ගත්තාම today, this year, maybe 820 billion. The government revenue will come to 2,050 or 60. But with the recurrent expenditure, will match that. දැන් අපි ගෙදර ගත්තොත් එහෙම ගෙදර මම exactly කිව්වොත් කාට හරි ගෙදරකට ලක්ෂ 2ක් ආදායම තියෙනවා 82000ක් interest component එක ගෙවන්න තියෙනවා. ඒතර මේ balance එකෙන් Tamanට ජීවත් වෙන්න ඕන පුළුවන් නම් Taman worry වෙන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. හැබැයි කාට හරි අලුතෙන් කාර් එකක් ගන්න ඕන නම් වැඩිපුර ණය වෙන්න ඕනේ. දැන් ඇත්තටම ලංකාවේ ණය වෙන්නේ ඒ විදිහට. මේ 7300 කොහොමද ගිය පාර වෙනකොට 10500ක් වුණේ කියලා බැලුවොත් currency depreciation එක හින්දා 30 rupees 30 billion foreign dollar borrowings තියෙනවා dollar equivalent to dollars ඒක හින්දා එතන 30 into 30 900 billion අර loan එකට add වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ balance part එක තියෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම capital expenditure. capital expenditure දාන්න ඕන නම් additional borrow කරන්න. ඉතින් මෙච්චරයි තියෙන්නේ. මම ඒකයි කිව්වේ හැමෝම මේ country එක නරකයි කියලා තමන්ගේ brain එකේ ඇතුලේ තියෙන cells එකක් mirror neuron කියලා. මේ mirror neuron එක අර unhappy action ඔක්කොමත් එක්ක දැන් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ හැමෝටම unhappy. ඇයි opposition එකත් කියනවා country එක නරකයි කියලා, government එකත් කියනවා country එක නරකයි. දැන් ඕගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම අර unhappy neurons, mirror neurons activate කරගෙන ඉන්නේ. ඉතින් එතකොට මුළු හැමෝම අප්සෙට් එකේ ඉන්නවා. මම අහන්නේ ඔය කිසිම එක්කෙනෙකුට දැන් මෙතන ඉන්න කෑම කන්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියනවද? පෙට්‍රල් ගහන්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියනවද? අඳින්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියනවද? බෙහෙත් ටික ගන්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියනවද? ඇයි මෙතන ඉන්නේ ඔක්කොම බොරි? මොකද ඕගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ? කාටවත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. නැති ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඔළුවට අරගෙන ඔක්කොම අප්සෙට් එකේ ඉන්නවා. මං කියන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ලෙවල් එකෙන් අපේ ලෙවල් එකෙන් මට ටයිම් දෙන හින්දා මම මේ ඔක්කොම බල ඉන්නේ. බල මං හැපි එකේ ඉන්නවා. because I cannot see anything wrong. දැන් මිනිස්සු මම හැබැයි අප්සෙට් වෙන්නේ recurrent expenditure payment එක interest payment එක ගෙවන්න බැරි නම් අර අපි ගන්න loan එකෙන් නම් ඒ කොටස යන්නේ උන් unhappy වෙන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ රටේ. මේ අවුරුද්ද ගත්තත් එච්චරයි. ඉතින් loans වැඩි වෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම capital expenditure part එකට. දැන් capital expenditure එකට කාට හරි ඕන නම් දැන් හොඳම example එක මෙතන ගත්තොත් port city එක අක්කර 270ක් තියෙනවා. අක්කර 250ක් ගන්න. 250 වැඩි කිරීම 160. 40 purchase 40000ක් මෙතන තියෙනවා. මිලියන 15 ගානේ තිබ්බත් 4 බිලියන් asset එකක් මෙතන තියෙනවා අන්න. මේ port city එක ඇතුලේ. කවුරුත් මේව ගණන් හදන්නෙත් නෑ බලන්නෙත් නෑ. කවුරු හරි කියන එකක් අහලා අර unhappy mirror neurons ටික activate කරගෙන ඉන්නවා.
නිසයි ගොයිඩ්.
ඒකින්ද කවුරුත් අප්සෙට් වෙන්න එපා. සල්ලි ඕන නම් කොල්ලු පිටියේ ඉඳලා මවුන්ට් ලැබිනියාවකට ලෑන්ඩ් එක ෆිල් කරා environmental good design එකකට අක්කර 2500ක් විතර 40 බිලියන් වයිඩ් වැලියු එක හදන්න පුළුවන්. ඕන නම් 10 බිලියන් cost වෙයි. සල්ලි ඕන නම් කරන්න දේවල් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒකට ගිහිල්ලා ප්‍රෙස් කරලා අර මේව කරලා නාන්න නැතුව හොඳින් ඉන්නවා නම් ඒ අක්කර 2500 ගොඩ කරා ඒක සිකියුරිටි එකක් ඇටියට තිබ්බා ඕන වෙලාවකට කෑලි ටික විකුණන්න පුළුවන් ඕන දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් මෙතන හෝටල් ගහනකොට කෑ ගැහුවා. දැන් මම හිතන්නේ ෆියුචර් එකේ ප්ලෑන් එකක් තියෙනවා පෝට් සිටි එකේ අක්කර 20ක් අරගෙන කන්වෙන්ෂන් සෙන්ටර් එකක් ගහන්න. ඒක අරගෙන 10000කට විතර කන්වෙන්ෂන් සෙන්ටර් එක ගෙවුවා පෝට් සිටි එක ඇතුලේ. මම මේ හෝටල් පුරවන්න මේක මදි හෝටල් ටික. අපාර්ට්මන්ට් ගන්නකොට කෑ ගහනවා වැඩි කියලා. මෙතන අපාර්ට්මන්ට් 15000යි වදින්නේ. කොළඹ සිටි එකේ ඔක්කොම ගෙවල් තියෙන්නේ ලක්ෂ 2කමාරයි 106යි. ගත්තොත් එහෙම තායිලන්ඩ් 60% අපාර්ට්මන්ට්. ඊට පස්සේ මැලේසියා ගත්තොත් කොළඹ 60%. අපිට මේ වගේ 10 times ගහන්න ඕනේ. තට්ටු 40 බිල්ඩින් එකක් අපිට ලොකු වුණාට ඉකොනොමි එකට ලොකු නෑ. right? ඒ වගේම තමයි දැන් සමහරක් අය කියනවා ලක්ෂරි අපාර්ට්මන්ට් හොඳ නෑ කියලා. අවුරුදු 10කට ඉස්සෙල්ලා ගහපු ලක්ෂරි අපාර්ට්මන්ට් අද normal අපාර්ට්මන්ට්. අද ගහන ලක්ෂරි අපාර්ට්මන්ට් තව 10කින් normal අපාර්ට්මන්ට්. මොකද එදාට ලක්ෂරි කියන්නේ මේ ලක්ෂරි එක නෙවෙයි. හැබැයි මේ විදිහට ඔක්කොම අප්සෙට් වෙලා හිටියොත් රටේ මුකුත් කරන්න බෑ ඕගොල්ලොත් පාරට එනවා. ඉතින් මේක කරන්න පුළුවන් වැඩක් නෙවෙයි. මේක රටේ පොලිසි මේකර්ස්ලාට පොලිසි හදන්න දීලා මම දන්නේ හදනවද කියලා. හැබැයි මම ඕන වෙලාවකට මම මේ ප්‍රොපෝසල් ඔක්කොම ගවර්න්මන්ට් එකට ඉන් රයිටින් දෙන්නේ. ඉතින් කියන්නේ මම යන වෙලාවට මම ඩොකියුමන්ට් එක ලෑස්ති කරලා මොකද මට ටයිම් තියෙනවා. මේ ඔක්කොම ටික මම දීලා තියෙනවා. දැන් ටුවරිසම් ගේන්න ඕන නම් දැන් අපි ෆොරින් එක්ස්චේන්ජ් එකේ මම කියන්නම් problem එක මොකක්ද කියලා ගවර්නර්ට additional 1000 billion එකක් borrow කරන්න ඕනේ every year. ඒතර borrow කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ supply and demand. additional කිව්ව ගම rate එක වැඩි වෙනවා. ගවර්නර් මේ ගානට තියන් ඉන්න එකට මම ගවර්නර් thank you කියන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද දැන් හැමෝම දන්නවා 1000 billion එකක් borrow කරන්න යන්නේ කියලා next year. ඒක 1000 billion වලින් ඊළඟ year එකේ ණය වැඩි වෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒ ගන්න 1000 billion එක යන්නේ capital expenditure එකටයි depreciate වෙන එකටයි currency එක. capital එක currency එක depreciate වෙන්නේ නැත්නම් immediately කරන්න තියෙන්නේ only few solution. tourism එකේ rooms 90000ක් තියෙන හින්දා ඕන වෙලාවකට infrastructure එක ready. තව 1 million 1.5 million tourists additional ගෙනාවොත් මේ බිලියන් දෙක හම්බ කරන්න පුළුවන්. ගවර්නර්ට තියෙන main problem එක අවුරුද්දට තව $2 billion. ඒතර ඒ 2 billion දෙක ඕන නම් අර visa fees ටික අයින් කරලා තියෙන tourist ලාට එන barriers ටික අයින් කරලා අර airport එකේ තියෙන taxi 600ට permit 600ක් දීලා අලුත් taxi 600ක් දාලා right internal flights ටිකක් දාලා domestic connectivity එකට සිංගප්පූරු වල 50%ක් budget airline වලින් ගේන්නේ. මැලේසියා වල 50%ක් budget airline වලින් ගේන්නේ. තායිලන්ත වල 50%ක් budget airline වලින්. ඒතර මේක මම දකින විදිහට budget airline වලට package එකක් දුන්නොත් ඔක්කොම ওই prices අඩු කරලා අර immediately 50% කියලා කියන්නේ තව 1 million ගේනවා කියන එක නැති. සල්ලි හැබැයි ඒ 1 million එක ගේන්න අර barriers ටික අයින් කරන්න අර 2 billion එක ඕන නම් අයින් කරන්න 15 billion විතර cost වෙනවා revenue එකේ. හැබැයි බලන්න 2 billion එක රට ඇතුළට ආවම VAT එකට වදිනවා. වදිච්ච ගම දැන් 2 billion නිකන් හදන්න 150යි කියලා 300 billion 15ක් කියලා කියන්නේ බිලියන 45යි. මේ පැත්තෙන් 15ක් 20ක් අයින් කරනකොට 45ක් ඇඩිෂනල් එනවා. මෙතන වෙලා තියෙන්නේ 45 දකින්නේ නැහැ. 15 බදාගෙන ඉන්නවා. right 15 අතරින්න ඕනේ මේක ගන්න. අපි දැන් මේ වගේ ඩීටේල් ගත්තාම මම අහන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ තිවිච්ච අන්හැපි මිරර් නියුරෝන් ටික ඉරේස් වුණාද නැද්ද?
Thank you, Dhammika. I'll take a question from the participants. Timely question. Dhammika, given your interest and knowledge in policy advocacy, would you take running up for presidency?
Actually, I have no intention.
There's second question. What would be your 5-year plan for Sri Lanka if you become the president?
I cannot give that, but I'm willing to take any the position, you know, because I told you, they have only 10,000 hours, right? Right? What is our goal? Today we have a 4,065 per capita. To develop country, this is 12,640. $8,000, we have to add to the economy.
So you won't contest?
Yeah, no, I'm not, because I know the risk.
Thank you.
Nisa, there's another interesting one. Somebody is saying that these 6-7 gentlemen can be used for the next cabinet.
Cabinet, is it?
Even though that, I'm not willing, because
Why?
for me, I need 10,000 hours to policy making level, not the political level. Because the policy making, the 10,000 hours is enough to make the country. Because it's working hours 10,000 for 5 years, can.
Mr. Fernando, you work very closely with the government, especially to promote, build up the tourism industry. Maybe you can share some of your thoughts.
Well, I'm happy to say that the Honorable Prime Minister is harnessing private sector stalwarts like Harry, Dhammika and others, and getting a lot of good sound advice. And in the midst of ministers, secretaries, all the proposals are given, but administration is in the hands of the bureaucracy. So that takes time. There is always a reason why it is not done. Somebody, I may tell you, most of these officials, senior officials, have been questioned by the FCID 70 times, 40 times.
No, Treasury Secretary 59 times.
So how can we expect them to do these decisions we make. So that is the long and short of it, because something drastic has to be done. I mean, the government is now working very closely with the private sector. Outcome, tourism and other things. Each one has his say and exercise it very rigidly, all to delay the process. So how can we...
Mr. Jayawardena, you have been chairman of Sri Lankan Airlines, then Petroleum Corporation. How do we get this public sector going?
Unfortunately, the people whom we select and put as chairmen and directors, they don't know their job. All what they're interested is the shorty, the car, the perks, and going about. This airline can be made viable. There's no rocket science in this. If you now today, the commission has revealed that they have appointed agents at Winds and Fancies. Planes are full, money is not coming. Why? It is with the agent. He don't pay and write off. So this is exactly like any other corporation, they are writing off. Borrowing from the treasury and writing off.
Only Mr. Jayawardena can take off the Sri Lankan Airlines.
No.
No one else can take off.
Mr. Jayawardena, can I rephrase this question?
Yeah.
Can you list one or two institutions which you feel that needs to be reformed very fast and which will really help spur economic growth? Give me a few institutions. We have heard the Sri Lankan story. We have heard the CP story. Other than that, any other institution, state?
There are three important institutions in the government. If they run properly, all this money is here. You import salmon at 250 rupees. You import Wagyu beef at 500 rupees. You import other luxuries at less than 100 rupees. So how can you run? The other decision makers are doing poultry business. They are doing prawns, they are in fishing business. They are running buses. So they have no time to collect money.
Three institutions, can you name the three?
Unfortunately, I am unable to mention because I'll be the guinea pig.
Yeah. It's very simple thing. Say electricity board, they have 4,000 megawatt. They are producing 14,500 gigawatt hours, right? Now today, the purchase price average 16, selling price average 14. Because of that, they are losing 2 rupees. The 14 gigawatt hours into that 2 rupees cost 28 billion, right? The future plants, like LNG and other kind of things are expensive fuel to produce the electricity. No other countries are producing those kind of things. It's only, it's like a cover up. They show like 100 megawatt. Even though Australia, they have only 35 megawatt. They start 1 week, operate, shut down. It's like a, research plant, right? Like that, future, if you're not going to restructure those kind of a thing, if you are going to introduce the wrong fuel into the electricity, it's going to be a huge disaster. Sometimes you can make money, sometimes you can, for the future, for the next 5 years, the 14 gigawatt hours will go to another 7. Like 20 gigawatt hours. But if you are introducing the wrong fuel, the electricity bill loss will increase to 60-70 billion.
Okay, thanks. Janak, do you have any idea as to your own understanding about reforming some of the key institutions?
I have one solution. Okay. I say total liberalization of our economy. We are a small economy. We have 21 million people. If any multinational comes here, he has to go into an export industry, not in the domestic industry. For him to come here, there are too many pitfalls with our whole administration system. If we liberalize our economy, we would be much better off, and I think we'll have substantial foreign investment.
Thank you. Interesting observation. Sumal,
I totally agree with Janak, but it's very challenging. Recently I saw they were trying to liberalize the shipping industry.
Yeah.
Even that there is a lot of resistance.
Yes.
So it's not easy as one says to liberalize. But I believe everything should be liberalized and market forces must determine everything other than the safety net for the food security in the country.
Yeah. Ashok, there's an interesting question here about what do you really need from the government to ensure that the private sector thrives?
Well, I don't know, right? What we need is the country to prosper, because if the economy is not prospering, I think I'm sure that all of these gentlemen and our corporate sector is fairly strong. But the point is, if the opportunities are not there for these corporates to grow, that is the issue. So I think the problem is that, I don't know, we are not here to teach the government how to govern, but I think we need strong leadership. I think we just saw a clip of Lee Kuan Yew. Why Singapore is developed? Because it's not really too much of democracy. What we need is, I think, a little bit of a dictator, right? Otherwise, I don't think that this country will go anywhere. Right now that we don't know who's the leader. Because the two governments, two parties are governing and nobody is making decisions.
Okay. I have a follow-up question there. Why don't you define what do you mean by a dictator?
I don't want to get there, but I'm sure that I will leave that answer with everyone.
Okay.
But
I think somebody like Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew was a sure dictator.
Actually, with the 10,000 hours, who can take a 20,000 decision, this is a dictatorship.
Okay.
But I can consider.
Okay.
For the 5 years we have 10,000 hours.
So, the simplest solution is, now that the government has started consulting the private sector, the first meeting we had with the private sector, about 40 people, they opened out, and the Prime Minister and the ministers were shocked to see the state of affairs. If the government says, you are the leaders of the private sector, you run the private sector, what do you want from us? Meet them and honestly say, reasonable request, grant them. Thereafter, leave them alone and privatize and help rural folk, which can easily be done. We discussed that at our first meeting. Similarly, government must say, this is the way we are governed. Private sector, please help us how to manage our affairs. We know better than the politicians do the management. If you agree on those two and say, private sector, you do a job. These are the rules accepted to you. Okay, government will do this. Then we have peace, prosperity, and a great country. But the politicians will never let go. If you can convince them and say, this is the only salvation, boldly do it. And that will happen. That is the only salvation for it.
Dinesh, the society is poor. We also cannot grow, because we are also struggling. Today, 2013, the per capita is 3,610. 3,610. Today, 4,065. The last 5 years, we are struggling with like $100, $150 increase. Because of that, the economy is the same size from 2013 to today. Because of that, we also struggling. Society is rich, we are also going to be more rich. Without society, rich, we cannot be a super rich. This is the reason we are rich, not super rich, right? But to do that, this is the reason why we worry the country have to develop, but society have to, rich. Otherwise, no country, the per capita is, because today, according to the World Bank report, always come to the 4,000, the middle income countries, they struggle. Because now you all have to go to the district level and see the problem, how to create the jobs. But if you take today, the Colombo district, the per capita is 7,800. If you get the city, it's only 1 million people, 250,000 houses, it's close to 11,000. This is the reason what I told. We are going to be another 2 years' time, we are going to pass city, going to pass the developed country level, 12,640. Then you all have to happy because you are in the city. But you are acting like you are in the rural area, you are unhappy. Always have a good news. You see that you are in the Dehiwala, the Kotte and the Colombo municipal zone, then you are in that city, the 1 million people. then you all have to be happy. You are not going to be happy. You know, this is the way that we have to think. You know, society, how to develop the society, how to develop, you know, come to the society rich, then we can be a super rich.
Okay. Sumal, there is a question on housing. Since you are in construction, what are your thoughts around how to resolve the housing problem that we have?
Urban housing or rural housing?
Urban housing.
Yeah.
Other than building all this.
That is a political decision, because resettlement and of people is a very sensitive matter, at least in Sri Lanka, and it's very difficult to make a logical or a cost-benefit decision without evaluating the socio-political fallout, you know. And also, as you know, in Bombay even, it's a very affluent city. You cannot get rid of the slums there, you know. You can give them the best houses, but they are not interested, you know, because...
But Dinesh, again, that the shanties and those kind of thing, only 60,000. It cost only 5 million. Yeah. 5 million into 60,000, 300,000 million is only 300 billion.
How do you collect all these numbers, huh?
No, this is the reason.
Please share it with us.
No, because, you know, it's nothing, no? Yeah. You have to think like that. The country every year, you know, we are additional borrowing, you know, 1,000 billion. This for the resettle the shanties, only you need 300 billion. This one also is 3 years process. Only 1 year you have to allocate 100 billion. 10% of every additional borrowing. You have to think that way, Dinesh.
Yeah. Okay. Nista, why don't you?
No, I mean, Dhammika, thanks for answering. But my question is, there is not a blame game from here about the government, and I think we have heard this blame for the last 20 years or whatever. I mean, what can be done more realistically? What can the private sector do? Can they make a change? Can they really become a real lobby to...
No, Nista, what I am doing today, putting everything into the document. You know, because of that, at least other people can look what is the proposal. You know, this is the part I can do. Technically I can do that part. Even the 40 ministries, I have no problem. If you ask me the fisheries, I will answer. With the number, how many boat, how many, you know, people, how many tons of the fish, everything I can answer, if you ask me. But I know the thing, that now what I'm doing, I'm putting into the document and, you know, handing over to the government as a technical assistant. What I can do is like that. Because with my experience, I can do those kind of things.
Okay. Can I have quick response from the rest of the panel? I mean, can the private sector really move things? Or simply go bankrupt so that politicians will eventually realize?
Country is not going to bankrupt, don't worry.
Okay.
What's the question?
I like it. No, I mean, what can the private sector do instead of you know, expecting government to deliver?
I think private sector has done what they can do.
Okay, fine. So you are satisfied, but you're still asking government to deliver.
Of course, the government, you know, they are the policymakers, end of the day.
Right.
Right. So
but you're paying the taxes.
Sorry?
You're paying the taxes.
Taxes?
Yeah, you're creating the jobs. So why can't you be a bit much more stronger force of lobbying?
So that's what we are doing, right? I mean, if you
we are doing that. What we don't want is the shocks. Government should not give shocks to the system, you know.